Afternoon guys, Scott from SE Landscaping. Something a bit different this week. I think I mentioned on previous videos that this time of year some of our contracts include the erecting of Christmas motifs and Christmas trees. So what we do is we put, with the cherry picker, we put motifs up on lampposts. We also put Christmas trees up and light them up, and then we put motifs up on houses and things for local councils and local businesses. So it keeps us busy for 2 weeks prior to Christmas, and then it also keeps us busy after Christmas. We obviously have to dismantle them after Christmas, so it's a pretty hectic time trying to get everything up and everything operational, and then you have the problems of certain things not working and stuff like that. So like I say, we're busy with that at the moment. I'll put a few short videos up now of the sort of stuff that we do, and just to give you a rough idea, just a couple of short videos. But basically, a couple of council contracts we do had this in originally, and what it is, when people are going to do a grounds maintenance contract, what you tend to find is anything but grounds maintenance, and it puts people off. I think a lot of guys would look at that and think, I can't do that. And I'm one for, bearing in mind, I'm one for, I only like to do things I know how to do. But when I looked into the Christmas lighting, basically the council supply the lights and the power. So in theory, all it was to hire a cherry picker and someone qualified with an IPAF card, fill out various risk assessments and alter my insurance to suit, and hey presto, you can start doing this. Very simple job if everything goes to plan. So we've been doing it now for 8 years, putting Christmas lights up, and we've picked more and more work up, but there is only a certain amount of stuff that you can do in a certain time. So we've had to back heel some jobs and say, look, we can't do any more. You've only got that short window to get the stuff up. People want them up sort of the same time. For switch-ons, not so much this year, there isn't any switch-ons. I'm actually switching more villages on this year, so I'm a bit of a local hero in the northeast this year, if you look at it that way. But coming back to the lights, like I say, with tenders, sometimes you've just got to actually read through and see what it entails, because with the first tender I won for Christmas lights, that contract included grass cutting, hedge cutting, cemetery work, park work, football pitches, marking football pitches. It included, what else did it include? Quite a lot of jobs. So what I'm saying is, if I'd have backheeled it because of them Christmas lights, something that when you look into it, it was very simple to do, then I would have lost that contract, and I would have lost the next contract, and I would have lost the next contract. But by taking the plunge with the Christmas lights, for something, like I say, when I looked into it, it was very easy. We've built quite a few council contracts off that one job. So like I say, what I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid sometimes just to either investigate a bit more with something, or just step out your comfort zone that little bit. I'm not saying do something that you're not uncomfortable with, or do something that is hard. I mean, I wouldn't for instance, if a tender included maintenance and building maintenance and roofing and things in with a council contract, stuff like that, I would say no straight away. But yes, you could say go and get subcontractors, but no, I wouldn't do it. But things like this, that was the one stumbling block on this contract, and once we'd sorted that out and had all the paperwork, risk assessments in place, and a qualified man to drive the machine, it was problem solved. And the contract sits out there because they want one person to do everything. You've got to be able to demonstrate that you can do everything. And the first contract I won, I couldn't demonstrate, but it was only a small Christmas light contract. So basically it was just a couple of lights and a Christmas tree, and the council just wanted basically someone to say, look, this is how I'm going to do it. this is a method statement and everything. But from that, the next job I went for, which was a council one, was 40 lamppost motifs that you see hanging on the lampposts, plus various buildings and a Christmas tree. So on that contract, with it being a larger council, the town clerk at the time wanted the paperwork filled out for the tender, and he also wanted me to demonstrate how I would do it. So the first thing written onto that sheet was, we already do it for this council successfully. So you've already ticked one box that you've got experience, even though it's only small experience. But putting 3 or 4 motifs up, you're just multiplying it. It's the same as cutting grass. If you can cut 100 square metres of grass, don't be put off by a contract that's 2 million square metres, because all you need is a bigger machine or a tractor. And people tend to think, oh heck, I'm getting out my comfort zone here, this isn't, I didn't plan on cutting this much grass. Why not? Just do it. It's the same as a hedge. At the end of the day, if someone has a hedge they want cutting on a job that's 100 square metres, if they come to you, if you went to a tender and that's 10,000, for a daft figure, 10,000 square metres of hedging, because that's how a lot of hedging is priced on tenders. It's square metres rather than linear metres or whatever, depending on the height. People will be like, oh, 10,000 square metres, that's a lot of work. But it's not if you break it down, because although yes, it's a big number, but that could be just, for instance, that could be a lot of tractor flail work. It might not be all by hand. Go and have a look at the job. So I hope I've come across and explained the process, and I hope that makes sense of what I've said. But all I'm saying is, don't be put off by contracts. Read everything through, and if I can help in any way, I'm up to date with contracts. I've been doing stuff like this for 20 years. So if I can help anybody in any way, just drop me a line and I'll try and answer the questions for you, or drop me a message. So like I say, have a look at the photos that's coming up now, and this is the type of work that we have built landscape contracts on, and it fills 2 weeks now and 2 weeks after Christmas. So when you're going to be quiet, this fills in a month of work, and it's well paid work, because anything working at height people class as high risk. So straight away, even though it's not high risk and we do everything safely, that's just the way it is. So there's good money in it, and all I've had to do is employ a man with an IPAF card, and from time to time, if there's any issues, we need an electrician, but we get an electrician in.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We got into a drifted bank, and then we got upside. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring, it will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring, it will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Wanna falling, rain is pouring, wanna Christmas in my heart. Wanna let me, Christmas in my heart.
So as you can see, these lights are covered in green moss. What happens is they last for about 5 years and then they get too tight on the tree and then they stretch. But the good thing is these lights come in 5 metre sections, so although half of this tree was out a minute ago, if you notice now we have light everywhere. You'd see better in the dark, but those lights are all on again. Like I say, that's what happens every 5 years. They need to be slackened or renewed, really. But there we have a tree that's back in full operation. Just a bit of maintenance. So you can see that's the new section that we've put on all clean. That's the stuff that's been up 3 or 4 years covered in algae, and that is the damaged one that was overstretched. So that's done. So guys, barring any disasters or any breakdowns or any vandalism or any mechanical issues, that is us done for Christmas with the trees and everything. As I explained earlier, we provide a full package, so we put the lights up. If there's any issues, we come out, as you saw on that tree there where so many lights are out. If we can diagnose a problem, we'll go out of our way to get things operational again. Mind you, it's not always possible. If some motifs break down, then unfortunately the sealed units, they have to go back to the manufacturer. So certain issues we can't do anything with, and we either take the motifs down, or if it's really close to Christmas, we've left 1 or 2 up before at the council's request. So like I say, we do what we can to get Christmas done, and especially this year it's been even more important this year, just to brighten people's outlook up the way things are. So I hope the video's been helpful to anybody who's thinking about going into this, or whose contracts have Christmas lights in and they've always thought, oh no, I don't want to go into that because I don't know nothing about it. This is one of the subjects you don't need to know much about it. All you need to do is have an electrician on hand and someone who can who's qualified to drive a machine and the relevant insurance. There's nothing technical really from my part that I need to know. So as long as everything's, well, need to know as long as everything's done safely and correctly. So like I say, any questions, drop me a line and I shall see you on the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.